Today, we are not just talking about titles or resumes. We are talking about service, leadership, and the quiet power of showing up when it counts. My guest today is someone who wears many hats. Senior Vice President at M&T Bank, community advocate, dad, husband, board member, and now president of the Rotary Club of Harrisburg. He was born in New York, raised in resilience, and now rooted right here in central Pennsylvania, where he's helping shape the heart of the city. He's got the strategy of a banker, the soul of a Rotarian, and rumors has it, the creativity of a theater kid. So join me in welcoming the man who proved that service above self is more than just a motto, it is a movement. So Mr. Shaun, welcome, and can you please tell everyone who you are and let us get into your life?
Well, awesome. First of all, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me to your show. This is really exciting for me. Probably one of the first podcasts, I guess, that I've ever been on. So this is really exciting, and congratulations on your success of the show.
Thank you.
It's great. Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head in terms of who I am. I'm Shaun. I just became president of the Rotary Club in July, so it's exciting to take kind of my first leadership stint of a nonprofit, especially of a nonprofit as big as the Rotary Club is. The Rotary Club, right, is 1.2 million members across the globe that are do-gooders that are trying to make a difference in our community. So our local club here in Harrisburg is, roughly 141 members. We are growing at rapid clips, and the most exciting thing, I think, when you show up to our club here in Harrisburg is the diversity, right, of the people that you see, whether it's male, female, whether it's different races, whether it's different sexual orientations. You go in there and it looks and feels and breathes like a community should feel, which is a bunch of different mindsets who are coming together to say, hey, how can we make a difference? And it's exciting to lead a group like this, and I'm excited to talk a little bit more about what we're working on.
Yes, and just me being there and seeing you and see what you do and how impactful you are. You truly make a huge difference in any task that you take on. And the Rotary Club of Harrisburg is none like any other club. So can you talk to us a little bit? And if someone out there doesn't know what the Rotary Club is and what we do?
Yeah, so if you think about what a Rotary Club is, right, it rotates different organizations that come in and kind of explain what they do and how they do it in a general area. So for the Rotary Club of Harrisburg, we have lunches 3 times a month, every Monday at the Alexander Grass Building. It's an hour-long luncheon, and we bring a guest speaker every meeting. And that could be everything from an executive director of a nonprofit to a for-profit business that's a CFO or CEO. And they come in and they talk, a little bit about their business, what's going on in their business, how their business has evolved, maybe, since COVID. And then they open it up to questions. And it's nice because the members get to interact with said speaker. Like this past Monday, just had Charlotte come from Capital Region Water, and she was fantastic. It opened up a nice dialogue of what's going on in the community and how our water source, fresh water source that we have, and the ability to drink our water straight from the faucets, how important that system is. And it makes you think twice, right? When you're sitting in front of somebody like that and an organization like that, I think how lucky we are as Americans to be able to have clean drinking water comparatively to other countries who maybe don't have access to that. And it makes you rethink, how can we partner with other international organizations, say, maybe a country like Haiti. I know the Rotary Club has been deeply involved in the country of Haiti to install clean water drinking spigots. So yeah, that's kind of the nuts and bolts of kind of what we do on a weekly basis, and then overall, once a month we always volunteer at a nonprofit. So those kind of two legs of this stool is what we stand for. And then the third part, which I think is a hidden benefit of being a Rotarian, is that we get to network. We get to meet people like you,
And you.
and we get to meet people like me.
Yeah.
And we get to see, where can we partner up? Where can we fit in each other's lives? And I think the best part is going to any event, no matter where you go in Harrisburg, there's always going to be a couple of us.
Or whatever. Exactly. And we have new, nice pins to wear and show around the city. But, this is one of the things that draw me to the club, and especially the Harrisburg Club, because there is no club like it.
I don't think so.
Yes, and it's you and the unique members that are currently at the club, the ones that really give it the flavor, and like you said. But one thing that I want everyone out there to know is the community part, the work around the community. And it's not just lunch and networking, which is good, but also getting to meet like the airport, the president of the Harrisburg Airport, and getting to have an input on what the area needs, and the food bank, all those organizations and the services that the Rotary does in the community, like the service above self,
Yeah.
tomorrow. But that's enough about Rotary. Let's talk about Shaun, because there is areas that I learned about you didn't even know. And we want to just ask a little bit of personal questions. Theater, what's up with that?
Yeah. So when I originally,
huh?
yeah, when I originally moved to the city of Harrisburg, I didn't know anybody here. Right. So I've moved a couple times in my life. I'm originally from New York. I went to school at the University of Pittsburgh. I moved to Chicago, then Philadelphia, and then I ended up moving to Harrisburg. And my wife, she called me a little crazy, saying, out of all the big cities, why Harrisburg? And
That was going to be my question. Oh, gosh,
yeah, why Harrisburg?
Yes.
And I had a job opportunity to move to Harrisburg, and we checked out the area, and we realized, this is a great place.
it is.
This is really a great place to raise a family. It's from where your paycheck goes. I think you can buy a lot of house for not a lot of money.
Yes.
The school systems are really great here, and then because of all of that, the community everybody seems to know everybody here. Whereas if you go to a lot of different cities like Philadelphia or Chicago, it feels a lot more transient. So when we first came here, because I didn't know anybody, I did reach out to the United Way, and I said, hey, how can I make a difference here in Harrisburg? And United Way said, yeah, we would love to bring you on a couple nonprofit boards. And they brought up a couple. Salvation Army stood out as one, and Theater Harrisburg stood out as the other. Now, Theater Harrisburg, I'm a little biased because it was my customer when I was at First National Bank.
Okay.
But Betty Hungerford got on the phone with me, and she started talking to me and telling me all the good stuff that's going on at the theater. And how can you turn down a Rotarian like Betty Hungerford? Betty Hungerford is this sweet, mid-late 90s human being who just, still got it all up there. So she wrote me into it. Dave Shankweiler said, you should do it, Shaun. I think you'd be a good fit. And yeah, I joined the board of Theater Harrisburg. I was on that board for 3 years. And it's amazing the productions they put in just for being a community-based theater. I mean, the production quality is some of the best. And think about it, all these people who are actors or actresses in those plays are all volunteer.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
And this is that something just for, because you didn't know anybody and you want to do good in the community, or you like theater? Is that something that you enjoy?
Yeah, that was one of the questions that Betty asked me, was like, have you ever acted in a play before? And I told her the only play I ever acted in was in fourth grade. I took the star role of the horrible Hogwart. I was the horrible Hogwart. So that was my only acting experience. Other than that, yeah, no, I was never like a theater kid at all. But going back and seeing those plays over the years that I was a board member there was pretty exciting. And if you haven't been to any of our theaters, whether it's Theater Harrisburg, Gamut, open stage, you got Hershey or Fulton, like go. Like going to the theater is so much.
That what really like make me think twice when someone says, "Oh, Harrisburg is like boring. Like you guys don't have any." Yes, we do. Just get out. Like there is a lot out there. There's a lot to offer. Yes, but it's you just gotta go and find it, or just look, find know where to go. But rumor has it also that your son Parker beat you at chess.
Parker.
That's something we have in similarity. I played chess my whole life, love it, and my girls beat me. Did he beat you?
Parker is a smart whippersnapper. That's for sure. I have two sons, Miles and Miles is 6. Parker is 4. Miles is the sports guy in our family. He does baseball, and then Parker he actually he does have a disability, so he has
It's called a different ability here.
different ability. I like that.
Yes.
That's very nice.
We don't see labels. We say see the able, not the label.
I like that.
Different ability.
I like that. That's fantastic. So he, like from a developmental standpoint, he's super smart. Is developing normal. From a muscular skeletal perspective, his muscles don't develop as quickly as what his age suggests. So he does have difficulty like mobility wise, but yeah, he's always fun to hang out with and be around. And I enjoy watching him grow up and just getting the little things right, like being able to eat Cheerios or being able to stand up and his smile could light up a room. So yeah, I love Clark.
That's truly something that only a person with this special child can relate to, right? A lot of people take the things that we do for granted, us breathing, walking,
Yeah.
Eating, just doing the normal things that everybody else does. You don't know the importance of this until you don't have it.
Right.
And, thank you for sharing that. But, you mentioned the Salvation Army and the United Way. Are you still serving on those boards or you?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot anyway.
I am. Yeah, I had to dial it back. I know Andy Hetrick, my boss at M&T Bank, said, you're doing a lot, which is good in the community, but you also need to recognize and focus and know that your capacity, your time capacity is always going to be limited by what you're actively involved in. So I stepped back a little bit from Theater Harrisburg. I'm still on the board of the Salvation Army. I'm no longer the co-finance chair over there anymore. I'm just a regular board member. And the United Way, yeah, I'll still stay on the finance committee over there, just monitoring and making sure that everything's ticking and tying as a banker. Totally makes sense for me to do that. But yeah, my sole focus this year, and I told the other organizations that I was involved in it, that I'm gonna focus on the Rotary Club, right? As president.
A huge task.
It is.
And I said it was your Smeety.
Yeah,
You've done amazing.
it was fun.
You really,
It was
as you always do.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's interesting being on the opposite side and running the meeting and ad-libbing things and making sure that everybody shows up and all the pieces are put together. But I think the nice thing about being in the Rotary Club, like most nonprofits, is that it's the people that you work with that end up making things happen. We have a great admin, Jean Troy, who always makes sure that our lunches are there and make sure that our website and the finances are running smoothly. Daza does a great job as our admin company, and then all of the committee chairs and the board members, they're all actively involved in the different parts and segments of the Rotary Club. And then all the members, they seem very enthusiastic about getting involved.
Yeah, yeah. What's a question that you never get to ask and you're like dying to answer?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, what question would I be dying to ask? You know what? It's funny today. It's top of mind. But one of the things that we did do last year that we changed was the location of our Rotary Club. And you know, if I could ask one singular question to the Rotary Club in general and get a straight answer, yes or no, because I think people waffle on this question, but like, you know, did we make the right decision by moving locations, or do we do it just to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you make a decision without thinking twice about things. And I think for us, we made a decision as a group. It seemed like the right decision at the time. But from my perspective, was it the best decision? I don't think it was a bad decision. I think the place that we're at now definitely works really well for our club and our membership. I know the technology is really good and the people are enjoying their time there. But also, I don't know. I think I'm a man of tradition.
Yeah.
Like I like the way things are. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned, a little curmudgeon-y when it comes to how we used to do things. But yeah, there was definitely like a certain look and feel of how a Rotary Club ran when we were at the Hilton. So you know, that would be my question.
It's central too. It was, I mean, the parking was an issue.
It was, yeah, absolutely.
It's
That's where everybody has their
everything that was everywhere, and there's some feel about the downtown anyway.
I think it comes down to aura. Is that what like young kids are calling it aura? Yeah, it comes down to an aura of how the meeting feels when we were down at the Hilton. So who knows? We're not technically locked into keeping it any, you know, our Rotary meetings at any particular location. I know it's like moving a mountain to try to move a meeting somewhere else, but I'd be curious to see, you know, location, time and day, if that increases our membership or attendance.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so another thing before we go and ask you back-to-back questions, anything that you didn't share and you would like to share with everyone or with us, and it goes for reverse, what would be your question for me or
Yeah.
people out there?
Can you tell me, because you have a friend in our dear Rotary district, Mr. Paul Thompson,
I love him.
who is a huge advocate of you.
Yes,
And my open question to you, because I don't know, and because I'm lacking in time right now, but I want to know more about your book and what made you decide to write a book, because I feel like that takes a lot of passion, a lot of time, and most importantly, you know, there's obviously a reason why you chose to write your book. So that would be my question.
I love it. I love it. I get to be interviewed on the show. Okay, so what I tell people when it comes to, I wrote several books. I published the memoir Through Tragedy and Triumph, and that did not start as a memoir. When I first start writing, to me it was a coping mechanism, it was healing. I've been through a lot, and I'm sure you know bits and pieces of it, but my life doesn't feel real sometimes, and it's just yeah, one of those things that you don't have enough time to even process the things that you've been through as a torture survivor, as domestic violence survivor, gender based. Like, I think everything that could go wrong with one person really truly happened to me. I mean, there's worse, so keep it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But so the writing started as journaling. Since I was 13, I started to write poems.
Oh, okay.
You know, you lose control of a lot of things in your life, and your pen, your voice become one of the things that no one can take away from. So I draw sometimes. I'm not good at that, but I'm good at writing my feelings. So poem was the first thing that I start writing, and then as a refugee here, going through the whole process of being in Egypt as a refugee, being homeless, and not having anything to eat for like the entire time. Like, you make things. So I started to write when I got here. You think refugees, their struggle ends when they come to their destination. and you find that it's just a whole different struggle under just a new sky, right? And with that, I start to journal. It became, my routine before I go to bed. Some days, sometime in the middle of the day. And, when you get that fever, you sometime write all day, like what you did. I didn't have the luxury of to do that a lot because I was a single mom, went through domestic violence, and you have to work, go to school. But I was writing. And at some point, couple of my friends, they're like, okay, this is like, I was just reading it. I start organizing it, and like, it need to come out. And it felt like you giving birth to a child. So I pushed it and got it. I would published it. Did not do anything. No book signing. No, not a lot of promotion because the war in Sudan and other part of the world. So that take precedent. I'm an activist and humanitarian at heart. So I didn't do anything with my book. The only thing is I did a fundraiser for Hack where they promote the book, and every dollar it went to the Hack Foundation, and I did it with my other college, GCU, and any money that came to the book from like sale from just people know me, it went to Tomorrow Smile nonprofit for domestic violence.
Got it.
So, it was the whole idea of the book is not to make money or be rich, is to get the word out and for people to feel there's someone did it. And if I can do it, it's easier. It's not easier said than done. Anyways, it's not about me, but I'm ended by the poem. I just published it June 20th, which is World Refugee Day. And the main reason is with everything going on in the world right now and how, people view and the stigma and everything surrounding refugees, I felt the needs, like this poem, The Dreamer in Chains, that it's truly me feeling the need of having the story out there, having people really look at someone that they know, put a face to that word that it at now became like really taboo or something bad, refugee, which is not. I wanted people to read the poem and to know that, you know, refugees are not here to take anybody's job or to steal something or to change anything. They're running from bad and violence, things that happen to them. And there is the second poem in the book, it's called Home, which is I talk about why people flee home. Like no one wants to leave their loved ones and memories and everything just for the sake of leaving. So my hope is for everyone, like for this poem especially, to reach everyone and for them to understand the journey of a refugee and to associate. But anyways, that's that.
That's a long-winded answer, but I like it.
It's a long, long answer, and yeah. So I'm gonna be, look, we're doing a lot of book signing and things like that. But let's get back to Shaun, right? Because there is a lot that we want to know about you too. Not just Shaun with the Rotary and Shaun the dads, Shaun the New Yorker who came to Harrisburg. So before we let you go, we normally do something that called the lightning round, which is basically shaking things up and asking you quick questions. Don't overthink it. Whatever comes to your mind in 5 seconds or less, just answer. I'm going to give you like 20 questions. So you born in New York, be honest, Harrisburg pretzel or New York bagels?
Ooh, New York bagel.
Okay. Okay, did you hear that, Harrisburgers? Banking brain or theater heart? What's your up? Yep.
Banking brain for sure. Yeah.
And thinking of theater, what will be your alter ego?
Ooh, my alter ego. If I was a theater person, probably go back to my fourth grade horrible Hagir. Some days I have good days, some days I have bad days.
Okay. All right. What's one thing your kids know about you that we don't know?
Ooh, That's a good.
What
I play too much on my phone. I need to put my phone down to make it.
You and me, boss, brother.
I'm always doing business, right? I'm always trying to get that last need.
Exactly, exactly. And now we have more tasks. So, Rotary motto in one word. Go.
Service above self.
One word.
Oh,
Third
word.
One word.
Service. Yeah,
Okay. Service.
service.
If you could rename, let's say in the service above self part. If you could rename the service above self as a movie title, what would it be?
Ooh, that's that's a good one.
See, I work hard on those.
I know. That's a great question. Yeah, I need more than a second to think about it.
Think. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's probably if you were doing a movie title on that, it'd probably be uplifting the community.
I love that. You need to be my writer. So more stressful, a board meeting or a Monopoly game with Miles and Parker?
Oh, yeah, definitely Monopoly game with Miles and Parker. They're competitive.
How come? Okay,
They're
good
competitive.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Board meetings are collaborative.
We need to connect Miles and Parker with Malaz and Rimas, because that's two are competitors too. First concert you ever went to, and don't lie, we will Google it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a Google ready?
Yeah, it was my first concert ever was a Nas concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So who would play you in the movie Shaun of Hirschberg?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm naming that.
You know, I would advise like Channing Tatum or Bradley Cooper, you know, some good looking guy. No, I don't know.
I love it.
I'm trying to think of like what's like a really famous Asian actor that's like young. I don't know. It's tough to crack into the acting world as an Asian American. Obviously, yeah,
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians. So maybe that guy, he might play me. Yeah.
I don't know his name, but yeah.
I know, that's the hard part. It's the
Crazy rich guy, if you hear us, do you want to play Shaun of Hirschberg movie? Hit us up. Hit us up. So, and what's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, go-to karaoke song.
Yes, bang or sing to.
Yeah, I'm for sure I'm not a singer. You can find me in the car screaming to myself. That's about it. But I don't know, probably any NSYNC Backstreet Boys song.
Okay.
Be a good throwback. Yeah. Maybe a little Justin Bieber if you're in the mood, you know?
Okay, so this one I want you to answer really fast. Coffee order, go.
Cold brew, black, light ice, 2 stevia.
Good. So if we gave you a cake and made you a Rotary superhero, what's your power?
I would have that's a good question. I've thought about this as a young
Me
boy,
too.
right? My whole life. I've tried to figure out like what would be my superpower. I think because I may seem extroverted most of the time, I feel like most of the time I'm actually pretty shy. So it'd be cool to have the power of invisibility, right? Just for a second, so you could disappear and have a couple minutes to yourself, right? Don't you ever feel like that? You feel like this. The pressure's always on, no matter what you're doing, whether it's working, family, you know, out in the community. Sometimes it's a lot, right, to take in. Sometimes you just need to.
I will take the power to sleep over the invisibility. Yes.
If I could have the power to sleep on command, that would be really nice.
Light out.
My wife says that. She says that I fall asleep on command all the time, but I don't know. Sometimes it takes me a little while
Really?
to get it, especially when I'm getting older now, right? It just takes a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I need the power of sleep.
It does. It does. But one thing I might add to what you just said is your kindness. If there is something that it could be your superpower, it would be your ability to make everyone feel welcome. And the shyness, I did experience that. Like at the beginning, I was like, everybody like me. What's wrong with this guy?
Takes me a little while to warm up.
Why are you like this one? Well, I'm not.
Uh-uh.
You know, and I'm a hugger and like loud. But I got to know you and know that you have a kind, big heart, and you're an amazing person to be around. Funny, it's just like you're, you know.
Yeah, feel people out. Yeah, I especially in the Me Too movement that we're in today, right? Like you don't want to be too forward as a guy. Yeah, I feel like you may trip over yourself. And there's people out there who are okay being touchy feely with touchy hugs and stuff. I need to feel the person out before I engage. But once I know you're a hugger, that's it. You're getting the hugs every time.
Exactly, for sure. Exactly. So, what is something you secretly nerd out about?
Secretly, I am a gamer. I
Are you?
secretly, nobody knows it except my wife and the amount of hours that I've put into that dang Fortnite game. But yeah, I do on occasion like to burn a couple hours on my PC.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't relate. I can't relate. So, what is the biggest lesson you have learned from volunteering?
My biggest lesson I think that I've learned of, oh, I guess I don't know if it's truly a lesson, but I think volunteering becomes a passion, right? I'm actually an Eagle Scout. I was in the Boy Scouts, so at a young age, I was always giving back to the community, and I felt like you get to a certain point in your life, you grow up, you see all the things your parents are successful at. They tell you to go to college. You go to college, and then you become a free thinker. Right at that point, in like the 18, 19, 20, right? All of a sudden, you're like, hey, I know what I like. I know what I want. I don't need to go to church anymore. I can drink whenever I want. I go to sleep whenever I want. Nobody can tell me what to do because now I have a real job. I have adult money. I can do whatever. And you lose a sense of purpose when you get sucked into this corporate mainstream capitalism mindset.
Yes.
And I think volunteering and giving back to the community brings a little bit of humanity back to yourself. And there was a point in time, probably in my early 20s, when I was doing what every young adult does, going out and having a beer with their friends at night and drinking and partying. And then, I had a family.
Yep.
And I think that's when things change and you realize, like, what is my purpose here on this earth? And what was I made to do? And I think the, volunteering part kind of, not only does it make you feel good, but then obviously the people that you're doing it for, is really helpful.
Yeah.
So
It brings joy to everyone's life, and you did not try volunteering. We encourage you to do so. But it's staying with the family part. Edena, your wife, called, you forgot something again. What is it?
yeah, my wife loves to make fun of me. We have a 5-pound Pomeranian dog. His name is Muffin.
Okay.
And he loves to bark at people when they leave the house. And I don't
How was it?
I don't think there goes, yeah, not when they enter, just when they leave. And yeah, he's a little backwards.
He wants people to be.
He wants people to say he's inclusive. He's a very inclusive dog.
I like that.
But whenever I go to leave for work, I think as a guy, you always check keys, wallet, cell phone, keys, wallet, cell phone, key, wallet, cell phone. And I always put my keys, wallet, cell phone in my pockets, know I'm ready to go, and guaranteed I'm going to forget something else. Usually that's something else. Sunglasses, maybe? Could be sunglasses, could be water bottle.
Okay.
I've a handful of times left my work badge or my computer on my home desk, and I've gone to work and realized it only when I got to work that I left my computer at home.
Oh,
So yeah, not great.
yeah.
And my wife is like,
You're
dude,
gonna be able to get any job done.
that's pretty bad that you left the actual thing that you need at work to do work. So yeah, I'm definitely a forgetful person. I'm a little nervous when I get older if I'll be able to remember things, but for the time being, I'm trying to hold it all together.
Perfect, perfect. The last question. What one thing that people don't know about you or misunderstand about you, your character?
So one thing that people don't know about me is I can solve a Rubik's cube in under a minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ramaz, my daughter will love you because this is her superpower. I can say on one of the many things. Rubik cubic in 1 minute. Oh my goodness. So with that, I mean the time like flew by, honestly.
Oh, it's fun.
Man, it's just amazing. You're incredible. Keep doing what you do. You truly make an impact and a difference. And sometimes people don't hear this a lot. You keep doing what you do without, realizing that people are watching and people are seeing, what impact you are making in the community by being you, by being in a Rotary, by doing the things that you do and you think it's bringing joy and peace to you, but at the same time, it is bringing joy and peace to the people around you. So, Shaun, thank you for your time, your truth, and service you give to the community and to us here in Herzberg. And you're doing that without asking for a credit or a thank you. But we're going to thank you. Your story is a reminder that leadership is not always loud. With your quiet self and, just don't want to be out there, right? Not loud like some people. So, so it's like your compassion and everything that you do, it truly show up. And if there's anything you want to say lastly to everyone who listened to us today about you, about the Rotary, any last remarks?
Yeah, my only last remark, I read an article today, which I thought was pretty interesting, but it kind of resonates, and it's true, is that millennials, my generation of folks, are starting to step into leadership roles. And I think it's important to remind ourselves that there will be a generational difference between the leaders of before with boomers and Gen X comparatively to millennials and Gen Z. We all operate differently. We have different mindsets. I think the millennial mindset has always been we are your friend, right? We always operate with empathy. And at times when there needs to be disciplinary or constructive criticism, we may not step in. And if we do, it makes us seem like we're off-putting. So just remember that, especially when you step into a new leadership role, that as a younger leader, you need to remind yourself that as a leader, you need to represent and do things the way a good leader would, which is lead by example and not lead by kind of mandating or barking orders. So that would be my one piece of advice for any new younger leaders coming up into their new managerial roles, that everybody operates differently. And I think it's important just to remind ourselves to be a good leader is one to lead by example.
And I don't think we can end the show in any better note than this. And as always, remember our motto, be the change that you want to see in the world. And thank you all for tuning in to the show, enjoying us, and continue to be the amazing human being you are.